Hey guys, we're the Welshies and we're at
the Marina.
Shock horror. And Gemma said she's got a surprise for me and I think I know what it is.
What is it?
You took me on the boat, don't know? That boat ride right there. Cooper Jack. Is it? Yeah.
I am actually.
Oh wow.
He said he wanted to go on it, so
I love boats.
here we are.
Here we are. So guys, this boat right here, this one right here, that one right there, I'll always remember my friend, right? Literally my friend used to say to me, there's a group of us and my friend would say to me, oh, girls, is this the same size as Titanic? And literally, does it look like the same size as Titanic? No, I don't think so. So Sally, wherever you are, you're an idiot, put it that way. Would you say that's the same size as Titanic?
No. Not even a quarter of it.
So yeah, so guys, we're literally sitting on the bench like we're weirdos and waiting for the boat ride to open because
I'm
apparently
actually
it's opening
looking at menus so we can have Sunday lunch after the boat ride.
Sunday lunch after the boat ride. Do you know why you're doing that?
Because I'm starving.
No, because you have no football. That's right.
True.
Which I won't be going to this season.
Yeah, you will be.
I won't.
I will be going.
I won't be going. Ready, Jen? Ready for an adventure? So guys, we're going on that boat right there. Excited? Can't wait.
There were no planes, there were no cars, there were no lorries, there were no buses. So where they thought the tourists were coming from got this boat. But they had real aspirations. Don't have the money to keep the Maritime Museum going, let alone to keep the ships going. The light ship and the canning apparently have been sold and will be moving out soon. One or two of the others were okay, but this one's being refurbished by somebody local, so that will stay. But look at the Maritime Museum.
Why is it all packed up? Guys, that boat is going.
It was Warehouse 21. It held bananas. Bananas! You know, anything like that. How many bananas do you want to eat? But look at the size. Look, that's an attractive building. Look at it underneath. Look at the brickwork underneath the roof line. And the red and the leaves on the top of the red down pipes. It's the Victorians knew how to build. The Victorians knew how to build. But look at this gable end. There was no need for it to be that decorated. It's gorgeous. I love it. And this is the Pump House. It's now a restaurant called the Pump House. Really. It's a restaurant called the Pump House, and it literally made steam to move the lock gates in this dock. This was a railway line joining up this part of the dock to that part of the dock. Swansea's famous for odd bridges. Swansea citizens will know about the bridge that sits on the promenade on the way to the university. That's a bridge. That's not a bridge. That's half a bridge. And there's a couple of others here and there. If the mood takes you, please wave. I love us waving to people. Watch women and children wave quickly. Men are very reluctant. Men are reluctant, and eventually a man will wave. Yay! That was the subway dock. This was the half dock, and in here all Swansea's fishing fleet was in here until the Second World War, when the Royal Navy came in here because they were protecting the Bristol Channel. That boat belongs to the university. The Mary Annings belongs to the university. If you want to do marine sciences in the university, you can go out on that. I don't know how you feel about boats, but these boats cost a fortune.
She said you can actually go out on boats.
I'm pleased to say, as a Swansea community charge payer, that each one of these pays £1,500 just to sit there. And the bigger the boat is, the more it costs. So it's a contribution towards keeping our community charge down. They never move. It's a Sunday. It's a sunny Sunday. There's nobody there having a picnic. They never move. I can never get over the fact that people have invested thousands Look at this one now.
I'll go one down.
I mean, it's not it's very rare. They do, but not done. I mean, it's a nice day. Right, we're going through the remaining lock gates now. Why you needed lock gates? You needed them to keep the water in the docks because at one time, until the barrage was opened in 1990, Paul, I'm not working. Paul, can't get this to work.
I thought the bridge was gonna like it. The bridge was built. Stop it. I got scared then.
In 1990 when the barrage was built, the river was subject to the tide. And as I said before, we've got the second highest tidal range in the world. And so when the tide went out, it went out and it left mud banks on the side of the river. So we
You enjoying?
11 copper ore. It could contain anything between 20% and 60% copper. And this was dug from heavy. This was dug from Cornwall. 13 between Fletchley in the west and Tribark in the east, and 9 from here to Asda-Morrison. So that's why we supplied 90% of the life of the river.
I'm sorry, I thought I'd done something.
They started, it was only up there. See where that white top on it is and the red top on it? Swansea in those days was about there. That was the top of the wall. That building now, the centre.
She's recording.
When you turn in, as you come past Sainsbury's, remember those Sainsbury's last place you're going to recognise?
Oh, the seagulls, yeah.
As you turn in, there's a brick building
Oh, yeah.
on the brick wall there. That's where the
He's
river
looking for
went.
fish.
The river turned the big arc and went around. See where the wasn't the
Skylight,
what it is now? What's that? The glass building over there. That's the
Sound like techno stuff, doesn't it? Yeah.
That was also locked off so that big
There's the famous stall, Sainsbury's.
and they carried then the cargo to the small
In my story saying I get drunk a lot. If I had my alcohol in them.
called the Newcat Bridge. Newcat opened this to bypass the river. There you go.
I don't do it. You were.
Oh, they stopped moving when I moved. Standard.
Dodgy face, that's why.
Sitting next to somebody who's dodgy, that's what it is.
Gentleman up there, I know.
When it's high tide and there's lots of water coming down the river, we can't sail because that bridge is so low, we're only just clearing it. But today you can see if you look at the side, you can see how low the river is in comparison to what it normally is. So we're okay today, we'll sail.
Oh, wow.
So
Otherwise we wouldn't be able to. We'll have to stop and go back.
18th century, a guy called John Bingham from True Road in Cornwall found that although he had the copper ore, he could no longer supply the very small smelter. The demand for copper kept rising. Oh, keep going, Corey. The demand for copper kept rising. No, still not working.
Oh, it's flipping trolleys. Yeah, no, what a waste. What we used to do when we were kids, throw the trolleys in the river. We did.
In Wales and probably in Britain. Not.
And back then you didn't have to put a pound in it.
Had the afternoon off, didn't know what you did blown up. That's the right. Mr. Vivian set out first picked off the smelting. I don't know what you've got, but they had slag. That's all they had. They had slag. That's 40 years after the copper industry's finished. That's 1960, right? That's 50 years after the coverage, 50 years away from here, 60 years from here. That's still number 2 Margaret Berthy Street. The slag was so hard and so dense, having been there for 100 years. It had to be blown up.
The slag is so hard.
Slag's so hard. That's still number 2 Margaret Berthy Street.
Look at that. I'm like a 10-year-old right now.
This is where we turn. This is Swansea Marina Stadium. This is.
Famous stadium, which me and Gemma watched the football for the Swansea girls. Come on, Swansea!
And Wales.
And Wales. Love you guys. Is it?
The road bridge. That's
2nd July. I know.
the railway line, which took the slag, the detritus, from this side to this side of the
Guys, and where the cones over there? That's what Gemma planted. He's saying it's a shark. And there was a bloody cone. We'll link that down below, won't we? So you can check that video out. Or short out. So, yeah. So how do you think of it, Gemma, so far?
What's on there?
What? Oh, it's a bird. I don't know what that is. What bird is that? I guess it's a ducky. Are you hungry?
I'm starving.
So what are you going to have?
I'm gonna have a dinner.
Sunday dinner.
Sunday dinner. Sunday lunch.
So we show you that now, guys. Meet you in that. Hey guys, we're in the Cross Keys, and also, what have you ordered, Gemma Hops?
Mega mixed grill.
Mega mixed grill. So what's in it?
Mushrooms, tomatoes, tomato, steak, chicken, gam and sausage.
It is literally too nice in here, guys, so I'll let you know.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna knock on